Morning, everybody. Got a couple questions last night about the assignment. The first thing is if the questions are in the first assignment and the second one, don't do them in the second one, please. So I think those are questions 5 and 6 in the second one, or in both of them. So you skip those. And I want to talk about questions 3 and 4. If I have something like x equals 3, and I have a function f of x equals, 3x minus 2. Let's go real basic. What I'm doing is I'm replacing x with 3. So I have f of 3 equals 3 times 3 minus 2, 9 minus 2, which is 7. Don't do anything else. That's it. So what this means on a graph, x is 3, f of x is 7. So I have a coordinate, a point right there. 3, 7. Okay? What if I have fx equals 10? Now this is different. This is the total other side of this. This is, then I'm still using the same function. We'll use f of x. Hey, pup. One of my puppies is here. Equals 3x minus 2. Now think of it this way. F of x equals 10. F of x also equals 3x minus 2. So that means 3x minus 2 has to equal 10. So I replace f of x with 10. And now I have 3x minus 2. Do our algebra, add 2 to both sides. And I get 12 equals 3x. Got to have x by itself. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. And so I get 4 equals x. In this case, I've got x is 4. F of x is 10. So it's going to be some point way up here. 4, 10. Okay. That covers question 3 and 4, which I got a few questions about yesterday. Now, the other things that have come up are continuous and discrete, independent and dependent. So, hold that here. Independent is my domain. Okay. I also have direct control. Dependent is a range. The independent controls it. So, if I had a situation where cost depends on number of people. Very basic. Cost depends on number of people. So this depends on this, so that means this is dependent. And the number of people would be independent. There's control over that. How many people are going to go? Okay, so that's independent and dependent. You can also think of it this way. If I have a table of values, this is always my independent, this is always my dependent. If the table of values goes like this, independent, dependent, which also means this is my domain, this is my range. Domain, range. Okay? If I have an ordered pair, independent, dependent. A graph. Independent is always on the horizontal axis, and dependent is always on the vertical. Think that covers everything I can think of about independent and dependent. And the one last thing that came up was continuous and discrete. So, continuous graph is a line. Doesn't even matter what the line looks like. I can have it end. Dots connected. If it's a word problem, when you're talking about things like time, height, tides, money, they continue on. So height, you don't just magically go from here to here, you follow this path on the way there. So you connect the dots. Discrete, you don't connect the dots. Whatever it is, you just get a bunch of dots. Don't connect dots. That would be something that has people involved. Why? Because you can't have half a person or an object. Objects, different objects. Let's see, we've got bottle return seems to always be one of the questions. Bottle returns, it could be if you're going to go buy a container of milk, you're not buying half a container, you're buying a whole container. If you're going to buy an apple, you buy a whole apple, not a half an apple. So you don't connect the dots. Continuous, again, that made me think of mass or weight would also be continuous. Okay, I think that covers everything. I got all dressed up for you guys today and I'm still in my pajamas. So I hope that covers it. I'll do this again tomorrow if more things come up.